All right. I have with me today Mr. Jalen Freeman. He will be my volunteer for my counseling video. Mr. Freeman, I am a counselor in training. I am Aware Near certified. This is just a consent form, just to basically tell you that I am in training to be a licensed counselor at Clark Atlanta University. I want to thank you for your consent in advance, and then once you have read over your document, you can then go ahead. We can go ahead and start with the counseling session. So, if you're willing to consent, you can go ahead and sign there, and we will get started. All right, thank you for that. All right, so Mr. Freeman, we are going to start off our conversation about how's the transition been from Mobile to Atlanta.
Um, the transition from Mobile to Atlanta, it's been it's been an experience. It's been uncomfortable. It's been interesting. I'm still learning, so I'm still in the midst of the transition. So I can't tell you exactly how I'm feeling right now. It's like up and down. Most definitely uncomfortable.
Okay. What are some things that you think make it uncomfortable?
Not knowing a lot of the do's and the don'ts of the city, location wise. I have to use my GPS to go everywhere, so it's kind of like a blur there. And then this is my first semester in grad school, so
Mhm.
trying to get back to school.
Okay. Just for a point of clarity, like what were you doing in Mobile at the time before you left?
I was working, so I was doing like administrative assistant work.
Mhm.
Prior to me going to Mobile, I was in Montgomery. I was working with the Department of Youth Services there, so I was just working.
Okay. What are some things you're passionate about?
Um, I'm passionate about my success. I want to be happy in whatever I do. I want to be financially comfortable. I'm passionate about family. I'm kind of like the whole together person, so I want to make sure everybody's okay. Um, and I'm passionate about like my solitude, my space, my happiness. I want to make sure that I'm happy at the end of the day.
Okay. Um, Going back to happiness, I guess what are some things that kind of make you happy?
Um, Things that make me happy is understanding of me and other people understanding me. Just continue working on myself. You know, every step, every day, make a new step of greatness to my success. Um, Seeing my family happy. Like I said, I'm a big family person. Um, and just, working hard every day. Just constantly trying to get in the steps of where I'm trying to be.
Well, what was your family's perspective about you moving to Atlanta?
My family's perspective about me moving is, whatever, I want to do to further my education and make myself better there forward. Of course, the move is kind of like, okay, because, they're not right there. But I've never been, right there ever since I've been 18. So it was a transition, but it wasn't nothing too bad for them.
Mhm. Um, what do you see yourself doing long term?
Long term, I either want to, long term, I want to possibly get my PhD. And then I want to be in a career, whether it be with like veteran affairs, state, whatever state I'll be living in. Just in my career, thriving in my career, most definitely within the next 3 to 4 years.
Um, Share something about just how you were feeling today.
How I was feeling today, is a long weekend. I had a great weekend. So today was kind of like a regroup, getting myself back in the groove of the weekly duties of what I had to do. I felt really good today, rejuvenated. Today, I also felt, again, being that this is a new process of me moving, I always sometimes get in the mindset of this is happening. So, grad school is happening, it's in full effect. Everything is happening kind of fast, but, just getting used to what I have going on now here and now.
Huh? Um, what are some things that I guess scare you?
Things that scare me is not being capable. And I know that's very broad, but I mean, to not being capable of being able to do for myself, being able to help others. Like I said, I'm a family person, so I want to be able to not only be comfortable for myself, but for the sake of my family, um, and not pushing myself to the full potential. And not saying that just, doing other things, but making sure I'm doing the best that I can do to ensure my success. That's what I'm afraid of. I can be my biggest critic.
Let's stay there for a second. When you say like, let's elaborate on like being capable or the concept of being your own worst critic. What do you mean?
Being capable meaning I mean, all the way from a financial standpoint to, being able to sustain myself in a place by myself and being comfortable. Like you're being here in Atlanta is very uncomfortable because it was a new transition. Like I said, I left a job to come to to being a full time grad student, not having a job, to being a part time work study student. So right there, that was an adjustment. And I still have to remind myself that I'm capable and I'll be okay whether any situation. So when I say capable, I just want to make sure that I'm ensuring my success, whatever situation I'm in. Um, and what was your other question?
About worst critic. Why do you consider yourself to be a worst critic?
Because a lot of times, I'll sit and I'll write down all the things that could go wrong without writing down all the things that are going right for me. And sometimes I have to realize that it's a day by day, step by step process.
Well, if you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what would you describe yourself as?
Um, Reserved,
Mm,
um, independent,
mm.
um, with ambition.
Okay. So of course there has to be a follow up question with those 3 words. When you say reserved, um, you said you had a great weekend. So how does that differ from being reserved and then Jalen on the weekend?
Well, Jalen on the weekend is the same Jalen throughout the week. However, when I say reserved, if I put myself in a room full of people and you judge me based off me communicating or me being a talkative person, then you're not judging me correctly because I'm not that type of person. I'll be reserved, like I kind of speak when spoken to. If I know you, of course, I'll be more open to you. But in reference to just being out there in a room or in a pool of people, I am. I would consider myself reserved because I'm gonna be like the chill person in the corner without talk. So it's not. It doesn't differ from what I do on the weekends and the weekday. It just differs from my overall personality, basically.
Okay. Um, how do you think your reserve way kind of plays into you being ambitious about getting things?
Um, because I mean, you can have someone, and for my example, anyways, I can sit back and I could observe and reserve myself and see exactly what I want to do without throwing all my opinions or what I want to, do the next 2 years on somebody. I'll just do them. I don't have to say it. I don't have to tell you that I'm doing it. I could be in my little corner, reserved, working on my goals.
And then that, I guess, would go back to your last word of independence.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to, so the working by yourself and not kind of letting everybody know what's going on. Cool. If your friends had to describe you in 3 words, what would they say?
Caring, giving, loving.
Caring, giving, and loving.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if we can get some comparison. What about family? 3 words family would describe you as.
Backbone. It's hard with family because you just never know with family. Smart. Yeah, he was so smart. And they say I'm independent as well. I hear that all the time, but I could use another. You want to use another word?
Wherever you want to go with it.
We can use that because they say that all the time.
Okay. Why do you think you were able to like list off words with your friends so very quickly versus how you think your family would look?
Well, it's easy because I'm around my friends more than my family. Even when I went home this summer, it was for a period of time. And even then, I wasn't around everybody in my family, but my friends. You don't have with these days, you don't have that many of them, and so the ones that are around you, they're around a lot. But yeah, I'm around anymore.
Well, would you place, if you had to place these 3 words on, I guess, like a hierarchy? You have me, family, friends. Which one would you place first?
Family, me, and friends.
Okay, cool. So with your hierarchy of family, me, and friends, if we were to go back and look at the independence, do you think that sometimes you would go at the top of the hierarchy?
Well, I wouldn't say the top because I'm not at the peak of my life where I can do everything, but the situations that I've been in, I've been very independent, within these past couple of years of adulthood because I'm only 23. But I wouldn't put it at the top, but I will say that it's close because I do all that I can for the people that I love when I can. If that sounds.
All right, it's up to you. Would you consider yourself to be a provider?
I do. I will.
How do you think that would transfer into, like, once you get your own family?
I think it just would be something that is just a trait that I'll probably just be able to move into smoothly because I'm so used to being that type of person. But I mean, I honestly feel like that's just something that just was instilled in me. As a young man, you make things work.
Do you think that role of being independent and a provider will eventually like bump heads with someone or in your future?
It possibly can, depending on the role that the person in my future is trying to play, because I'm never the person to just let things just go. I'm gonna always have something going on for myself. So it really just depends on how much control the next person will want to have.
Well, Mr. Freeman, I want to thank you for having this dialogue with me and having this conversation about some things that were pressing to you. This is Tommy Walker. I have completed the assignment, and thank you. We'll catch you next time.